Back to the Future, 1985, is one of the most iconic and beloved movies of all time, capturing the imagination of audiences across generations. Its unforgettable cast, led by Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, and Lea Thompson, became household names and left a lasting legacy in Hollywood history. But after 40 years, life has taken many unexpected turns for these famous stars. Some have continued to shine in the spotlight, while others have faced heartbreaking struggles, health battles, or even tragic losses. In this video, let's take a look back at the Back to the Future cast, then and now, and discover what happened to them in 2025. Wendie Jo Sperber, born on September 15, 1958, portrayed Linda McFly in the 1985 film Back to the Future at the age of 27. Linda, Marty's older sister, embodies the quintessential 1980s teenager, navigating sibling rivalries and family dynamics with a blend of sarcasm and charm. She gained recognition with roles in I Wanna Hold Your Hand, 1978, and Bachelor Party, 1984, showcasing her versatility. Her television work included notable performances in Bosom Buddies, 1980 to 1982, alongside Tom Hanks, and Private Benjamin, 1982 to 1983. Despite her talent, Sperber often found herself in supporting roles, a reflection of the industry's limited opportunities for actresses who didn't fit the conventional mold. In her personal life, Sperber married Richard Velasquez in 1983, and they had 2 children, a son, Preston, born in 1986, and a daughter, Pearl, born in 1990. The marriage ended in divorce in 1994. Sperber's life was marred by significant hardships. In 1997, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, leading to a mastectomy. Although the cancer went into remission, it returned in 2002, metastasizing throughout her body. Concurrently, she faced the emotional toll of her divorce and the pressures of single parenthood. Tragically, Wendie Jo Sperber passed away on November 29, 2005, at the age of 47, due to complications from breast cancer. George DiCenzo, born on April 21, 1940, in New Haven, Connecticut, portrayed Sam Baines in the 1985 film Back to the Future at the age of 45. Sam Baines, the stern and traditional father of Lorraine Baines and grandfather to Marty McFly, embodies the archetype of the authoritative 1950s patriarch. DiCenzo's career spanned over 3 decades, with notable roles in films such as Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, The Ninth Configuration, 1980, and The Exorcist III, 1990. Beyond acting, DiCenzo was a dedicated acting teacher, founding the acting studio in Philadelphia in 1997 and teaching in New York City. In his personal life, DiCenzo experienced a series of tumultuous relationships. He was married to Leslie Nazaro from 1969 to 1975, then to Donna Ellert in 1978, and finally to Donna Arts in 1999, with whom he remained until his death. He had 3 stepchildren from his marriage to Donna Ellert. DiCenzo faced several personal and professional hardships throughout his life. His dedication to teaching, while fulfilling, did not provide the recognition or stability he might have found in more prominent acting roles. Additionally, the pressures of maintaining personal relationships amidst a demanding career contributed to his life's complexities. Tragically, George DiCenzo passed away on August 9, 2010, at the age of 70, due to sepsis. Michael J. Fox, born on June 9, 1961, played the iconic role of Marty McFly in 1985 at the age of 24, embodying the youthful energy, charm, and recklessness of a teenager thrown into time travel chaos. His career soared in the 80s and 90s with hits like Family Ties, Teen Wolf, and Spin City, but at just 29, he was diagnosed with early-onset Parkinson's disease, a cruel blow for someone whose body was once so agile. As roles dried up, Fox tried to keep working, masking his symptoms on camera, but tremors, stiffness, and emotional exhaustion eventually overtook his career. In his personal life, he married actress Tracy Pollan in 1988, and they had 4 children, Sam, Aquina, Skylar, and Esme, but the weight of illness and public scrutiny strained their family. Despite appearances of unity, Fox often spoke of feeling isolated and like a burden, locked in a body no longer his own. His father died in a car crash, and his sister in a drug overdose, both events crushing his spirit further. Fox also struggled with alcoholism, a secret he hid for years before seeking help. Financial stress from medical treatments, emotional breakdowns, and watching his identity as an actor slip away slowly chipped at his self-worth. As of 2025, Michael J. Fox is 63 years old, mostly wheelchair-bound, his speech slurred and his energy sapped. Christopher Lloyd, born on October 22, 1938, brought to life the mad brilliance of Dr. Emmett Brown in Back to the Future in 1985, when he was 47. As Doc Brown, he embodied the archetype of the zany scientist, full of wild hair, wide eyes, and frantic passion for science and adventure. His career peaked with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, yet he was often cast as strange or deranged roles, reinforcing a public image that kept him distanced from emotional intimacy. Married 5 times, each union ended in bitter divorce, some filled with legal battles over property and infidelity allegations. He had no children, often expressing that he felt too emotionally broken to raise a family. Behind the eccentric exterior was a man battling depression and chronic loneliness. The death of his nephew in a drowning accident and a house fire in the 90s that destroyed nearly all his belongings left him hollow. He became increasingly reclusive, battling hoarding tendencies and relying on sleeping pills to escape reality. Financial mismanagement and betrayal by friends led him to near bankruptcy. In 2025, at the age of 86, Lloyd lives alone in a modest apartment in California. While he occasionally appears at fan conventions, he admits he often forgets lines and struggles with memory, his mind not quite able to time travel anymore. Tom Wilson, born on April 15, 1959, portrayed the menacing Biff Tannen in the 1985 film Back to the Future at the age of 26. Biff is characterized as the quintessential bully, embodying aggression and arrogance, often using his physical strength to intimidate others. Wilson's portrayal of Biff left an indelible mark on pop culture, but the role also cast a long shadow over his career. Despite his talent, Wilson struggled to escape the typecasting that followed, with audiences and industry professionals alike associating him predominantly with the antagonistic character. This pigeonholing limited his opportunities, leading to a career that, while steady, never quite reached the heights that his early success might have promised. In his personal life, Wilson found solace in his faith, becoming a devout Catholic and releasing a contemporary Christian album in 2000 titled In the Name of the Father. He also channeled his creativity into painting, focusing on classic children's toys, and was honored in 2006 by being selected for the California Featured Artist Series at Disneyland. Despite these personal achievements, the struggle to redefine his professional identity remained a poignant aspect of his journey. As of 2025, at 66 years old, Wilson continues to live in Los Angeles with his wife Caroline, whom he married in 1985, and their 4 children. Crispin Glover, born on April 20, 1964, took on the role of George McFly at just 21 years old in 1985, embodying the awkwardness and vulnerability of a father-to-be who learns to reclaim his dignity. George's transformation from coward to confident man mirrored a desire in Glover's real life. Known for his offbeat performances and philosophical monologues, Glover was notoriously difficult to work with and sued the producers of Back to the Future Part 2 for using his likeness without permission. His filmography includes cult hits like Willard and River's Edge, but mainstream success eluded him. Glover never married, claiming he didn't believe in traditional relationships, though rumors of unrequited obsessions and secret affairs swirled for decades. He fathered no children, and estranged himself from his family over disagreements about money and lifestyle. Alone in his self-built mansion in the Czech Republic, Glover lives surrounded by mannequins and strange sculptures, creating experimental films that few see. He has spoken of depression, paranoia, and long bouts of isolation, where he wouldn't leave his home for weeks. In 2014, he was injured on set, and the chronic pain from a spinal injury still affects him daily. Now 61 in 2025, Glover is a recluse, a shadowy legend known more for his eccentricities than his once promising career. Lea Thompson, born on May 31, 1961, was 24 years old when she portrayed Lorraine Baines, the soft-spoken yet passionate mother of Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Lorraine was a character of warmth, conflicted romanticism, and generational innocence, especially in the scenes where she unknowingly flirts with her future son. Following her breakout, she starred in Some Kind of Wonderful and Caroline in the City, yet her career stalled in the 2000s as Hollywood's cruelty toward aging actresses came down hard. She married director Howard Deutsch in 1989 and had 2 daughters, Zoe and Madeline, but behind the red carpet smiles were years of silence, therapy, and heartbreak. Howard's infidelities were whispered about in the industry, and Lea often expressed feelings of being emotionally abandoned. She stayed for the children, though it left her resentful and fatigued. Her family's financial pressures, especially supporting her aging parents and struggling siblings, further deepened her anxiety. A secret battle with bulimia plagued her for years during her peak fame, and multiple miscarriages left emotional scars she never fully addressed. Now in 2025, at 63, she leads a quiet life in New Mexico, away from Hollywood lights. She occasionally teaches acting, but mostly avoids the limelight, her days spent painting and writing memoirs no one may ever read. Claudia Wells, born on July 5, 1966, took on the role of Jennifer Parker, Marty McFly's supportive and caring girlfriend, in Back to the Future at the age of 19. Jennifer's character is known for her adventurous spirit and unwavering support for Marty. Wells's portrayal brought warmth and depth to the role, making Jennifer a beloved character in the franchise. However, Wells's rising career was abruptly interrupted when her mother was diagnosed with cancer, leading her to step away from acting to care for her. This decision meant relinquishing the opportunity to reprise her role in the film's sequels, a choice that undoubtedly altered the trajectory of her career. In her personal life, Wells faced significant challenges, including a tumultuous relationship with her alcoholic mother, who often made her feel unwanted. These early experiences led to struggles with bulimia and a period of substance abuse. Wells found solace in her faith, becoming a born-again Christian at 15, which she credits with helping her navigate these hardships. She later opened a men's clothing store, Armani Wells, in Los Angeles in 1991, which she continues to run. Wells has a son named Sebastian, born around 1995. As of 2025, at 58 years old, she remains active in her business and occasionally returns to acting, her life a testament to resilience and the enduring impact of early life experiences. Frances Lee McCain was born on July 28, 1944, in York, Pennsylvania, and appeared as Stella Baines, the mother of Lorraine Baines and the grandmother of Marty McFly, in Back to the Future, 1985, when she was 41 years old. Stella is portrayed as a nurturing, supportive, and wise figure within the family, representing the traditional maternal archetype of the 1950s. Frances Lee McCain enjoyed a diverse acting career, appearing in several cult classics such as Footloose, 1984, Gremlins, 1984, and Stand By Me, 1986. However, despite her extensive filmography, McCain often found herself cast in secondary maternal roles, struggling to break into more dynamic or leading characters, a frustration she voiced in later interviews. She married actor Mark Wheeler in the late 1960s, but their marriage was marred by infidelity and substance abuse on his part, leading to a bitter divorce in the 1970s. The couple had no children, and McCain later expressed regret over not becoming a mother, citing her career pressures and personal heartbreak as contributing factors. Her family life was further haunted by tragedy when her only brother died by suicide in the early 1980s, an event that cast a long shadow over her emotional well-being. As of 2025, at 80 years old, Frances Lee McCain lives a modest, quiet life in New Mexico, grappling with the physical toll of age and past emotional wounds. Marc McClure was born on March 31, 1957, in San Mateo, California, and played the role of Dave McFly in the iconic 1985 film Back to the Future when he was 28 years old. Dave McFly, Marty's older brother, is portrayed as a typical working-class young adult trapped in a monotonous job at a fast food restaurant, reflecting the common struggles of young men in the 1980s. Beyond Back to the Future, Marc McClure achieved early fame for playing Jimmy Olsen, the young and enthusiastic photographer in Superman. However, despite these iconic roles, McClure's career slowly faded into relative obscurity, overshadowed by his early successes. Offers for leading roles dwindled, and he was often relegated to minor parts or nostalgic cameos. McClure never married and has no children, a life choice he attributed in interviews to the instability and loneliness of Hollywood life. His personal life was marked by profound sadness, including the death of his only sibling from cancer in the early 2000s, and the loss of both parents within a few years of each other, leaving him isolated. His struggle with depression and periods of financial instability, exacerbated by the inconsistent nature of acting work, further contributed to his reclusive lifestyle. As of 2025, at the age of 68, Marc McClure lives a quiet, solitary life in California, far removed from the glitz of Hollywood. James Tolkan, born on June 20, 1931, portrayed the stern and unyielding Mr. Strickland in the 1985 film Back to the Future at the age of 54. His character, the vice principal of Hill Valley High School, was known for his relentless pursuit of discipline, often labeling students as slackers. Tolkan's career was marked by a series of authoritative roles, including appearances in Top Gun as Commander Stinger and in Masters of the Universe as Detective Lubick. Despite his success, he often found himself typecast, limiting the diversity of roles available to him. In his personal life, Tolkan married Claudia Wells on August 28, 1971. The couple had 3 children. Despite the longevity of their marriage, the demands of Tolkan's career and the pressures of public life may have introduced strains into their relationship. Throughout his life, Tolkan faced several personal challenges. He was discharged from the U.S. Navy due to a heart condition, an early setback that may have influenced his portrayal of disciplined characters. His intense on-screen persona often led to misconceptions about his real-life demeanor, potentially affecting personal relationships. Living in the public eye, he may have also struggled with maintaining personal privacy. As of 2025, James Tolkan is 93 years old and has largely retired from acting. Casey Siemaszko, born on March 17, 1961, in Chicago, Illinois, took on the role of 3D, a member of Biff's gang, in the 1985 film Back to the Future at the age of 24. His character was known for his mischievous nature and distinctive 3D glasses, contributing to the film's portrayal of youthful rebellion. Siemaszko's acting career included roles in Young Guns and Stand By Me, showcasing his versatility. Despite these appearances, he did not achieve widespread fame, often cast in supporting roles. Details about Siemaszko's personal life are limited. There is no public information regarding his marital status or family, suggesting a private individual who kept his personal affairs away from the spotlight. Siemaszko's life may have been marked by several struggles. The early typecasting in delinquent roles could have limited his career opportunities. The transition away from acting might have been challenging, both financially and emotionally. Living in the shadow of a cult classic film, he may have faced difficulties in establishing a new identity beyond his role in Back to the Future. As of 2025, Casey Siemaszko is 64 years old. He maintains a low profile, with limited public appearances and no recent acting credits. His current activities are not widely known, indicating a life lived away from the public eye. J.J. Cohen, born on June 22, 1965, took on the role of Skinhead, one of Biff Tannen's gang members, in Back to the Future at the age of 20. His character was known for his loyalty to Biff and his involvement in bullying, embodying the archetype of the 1980s cinematic delinquent. Cohen's acting career included roles in Fire with Fire and 976 Evil, but he never achieved leading man status. He eventually stepped away from acting, a decision that might have been influenced by the industry's typecasting tendencies and the challenges of sustaining a long-term acting career. Information about Cohen's personal life is scarce. There are no public records of marriage or children, suggesting a private individual who kept his personal affairs away from the spotlight. Cohen's life may have been marked by several struggles. The early typecasting in delinquent roles could have limited his career opportunities. The transition away from acting might have been challenging, both financially and emotionally. Living in the shadow of a cult classic film, he may have faced difficulties in establishing a new identity beyond his role in Back to the Future. As of 2025, J.J. Cohen is 59 years old. He maintains a low profile, with limited public appearances and no recent acting credits. Norman Alden, born on September 13, 1924, brought to life the character of Lou, the kind-hearted owner of Lou's Cafe, in the 1985 film Back to the Future when he was 61 years old. Lou was a warm and approachable man, a small-town cafe owner who served not only burgers and coffee but also comfort and familiarity to the local community. Alden's acting career stretched over 5 decades, yet it was a story of perseverance more than glory. He began in the early days of television, appearing in shows like The Andy Griffith Show and My Three Sons, but rarely received leading roles despite his unmistakable presence and gravelly voice. Norman Alden married twice, first to Luana Sirota in 1946, a union that lasted just 5 years before ending in divorce without children. His second marriage to Sharon May Lubin in 1967 brought him a son, Brent, and a daughter, Ashley, but family happiness remained elusive. The stability Alden found in his professional life was contrasted by private struggles. He battled with depression throughout the 1970s, feeling unfulfilled by minor roles while watching younger actors rise to stardom. He faced a period of alcoholism in his early 60s, leading to brief hospitalization. His relationship with his children became strained, particularly after his second divorce. Norman Alden passed away from natural causes on July 27, 2012, at the age of 87. Elsa Raven, born Elsa Rabinowitz on September 21, 1929, in Charleston, South Carolina, portrayed the Clock Tower Lady in Back to the Future, 1985, at the age of 56. Her character, fervently advocating to save the clock tower, became an iconic symbol of the film's nostalgic charm. Raven's career spanned 5 decades, with roles in films such as The Amityville Horror, 1979, and Titanic, 1997, where she portrayed Ida Strauss. Despite these appearances, she often remained in the background, her contributions overshadowed by leading roles. Her dedication to acting was evident, yet the industry's focus on youth and glamour often relegated her to minor parts, reflecting the challenges faced by many character actresses. In her personal life, Raven remained unmarried and had no children. She was survived by her sister-in-law, Lynn Rabinowitz, and 15 nieces and nephews. Raven's life was marked by several challenges. The lack of leading roles limited her visibility in the industry, despite her talent. Remaining unmarried and childless, she may have faced societal pressures and personal reflections on these choices. Additionally, the transient nature of acting work likely led to periods of financial and emotional uncertainty. Elsa Raven passed away on November 2, 2020, at the age of 91. The cause of death was not disclosed. Who is your favorite character from Back to the Future? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.